Hey, we are live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of No Cover TV. Hey, Big Al, and also
Hey,
hey,
AJ.
Tamanie. Welcome for joining us. Thank you so much, taking all the time out of your busy
No
schedule. I really do appreciate it.
problem.
I
So we're live.
appreciate it too.
We're live from the UK and America this evening. Okay, so we're going to hope to try and keep the connection between us all going really well. Over here in the UK, we have got a tiny bit of sun, but the rain is on its way apparently. And over there, you've just sitting with the sunshine again, and I'm jealous.
Humidity and sunshine.
I know. I need an aeroplane to get a special jet. So if you could send one, that'd be really great.
Someday.
Someday.
You got to earn it, grasshopper.
I've got it, Sensei. Okay, so tonight's show is all about Tamanie, and
That's
she is
right.
going to give us some special time with herself. And we are going to be talking tonight. We're going to be talking lots about Tamanie's career in music because she's not just the ISSA mentor for everybody. She also has a very own music career, and I've been listening to your songs today. I've been quite enjoying them.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you are an absolute inspiration to everybody. You've been so busy looking after everybody. You've been looking after me for the best part of 4 years. You've been in my life. You've been there at the end of the phone. You've been bringing me amazing music, some amazing artists. You've supported me with all my career whenever I've needed it. So do you know what? Tonight is a real special show for me, because it was just an opportunity to meet you and just to say, do you know what, from the bottom of my heart and everyone in the ISSA, we love you and appreciate everything you do for us.
Oh, yes, well, that $20 I sent you'll go far then, won't it?
It will.
So just to let you know that Al has sponsored me £1,000 to say that, because I know that he's up for an award this year. So I thought I'd get that in right at the beginning of the show, Al. To start the buttering up. Okay, so I've done my bit. I've done my bit now.
Okay. There we go. There you go, baby. Coming right out.
Give it to me.
I meant everything. I meant everything I said. Anyway,
how much you want for that? I'm going to write the check right now.
Right through the screen there.
That's not right.
There you go. There you go.
It's not right.
A couple here.
I had to get that in. I'm sorry. I had to get that in. And I thought, you know what a good way to start the show with a little bit of bribery.
Paybacks. Oh.
Anyway,
lose this show.
Tamanie, let's start off with you. Come on, let's start off with you. Everybody, forget about ISSA. Let's start off with you. Okay? You have had an amazing career. You have literally been in music all your life, and I've been loving to read your bio. The fact that it's started off with your mum. And the fact that she managed so many great artists, and you was around as a kid, and I am growing up with so many great artists, and then bringing in your son as your sound engineer, and your music. I was so surprised at the type and sort of variations of music that you're both creating, and it's out there for everybody. Whether you are into country, whether you are into pop, whether you are into R&B, you've got something for everyone, and that's what I love, versatility.
I think I just kind of fell into it. If you're surrounded by it, and I didn't really realize that I was until I was, if that makes any sense. I was the little girl playing with Barbies, with my Barbies and stuff backstage at the Opry while Mom was doing her work with these people. So I really didn't. They were just people to me, like. They're just people, you don't really realize it until much later that, I was around some really big stars that, they were just really nice people. But, I grew up playing in Johnny Cash's front yard. He was our neighbor, and next door to him was Roy Orbison, and then down the street was him. I mean, the whole Hendersonville, the whole community that I grew up in, were all these like mega stars. But, they were just people. You'd run into them at the grocery store. And, we always had music in our house all the time. We had the record player playing all the time. So really, I think being absorbed in music my whole life, you don't really, it's just kind of there. all, and it's not just country, even though, I grew up in Nashville, it's everything. My mom and dad would listen to, I would call it, that stuff, the 50s. Play that again, the stuff, the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm like, you have to play that. And I'm like, ew. Or they would listen to, stuff that wasn't, really when I say we were going through the Van Halen and Journey and Foreigner and all that kind of stuff that we love, they were listening to other things. So, I mean, that's where the variation comes in, because music is music, and even though, I grew up listening to the Opry people, and and music changes always, it's still music, right?
Yes,
so I think it's one of those things, that, when I was 10 years old, my mom was managing Roger Miller, and we were having breakfast. This always stuck back in my memory forever and ever. We were having breakfast one morning. I think it was like Denny's, a place like that or whatever. We were having breakfast, and he reached over and he's like, Tam, if you ever find yourself when you're going to write a song someday, and you probably will, because everybody does, he goes, just remember, always write whatever it is, whether it's a poem or a story or a song or whatever, when you're emotional. You could be mad, you could be sad, you could be happy, you could be frustrated, that's when it'll just roll out. That's when you want to write. And here I am, I think I was in my 40s or whatever, and that hit me. I was like, here's one of the greatest songwriters of all freaking time telling me when I'm 10 years old the best advice that I ever got in my whole life. And I wanted to share that, with my friends. And like, Roger Miller told me this, and I'm like, and he's right, he's right. But I'm like, okay, that's what you do. That's what you do. You just write when you're really pissed off at somebody. It just rolls off your brain.
It does. It just comes right out.
Yeah. So the whole concept between the crying in your beer country songs, or the Taylor Swift "I'm mad at my boyfriend" songs, or they kind of make sense now, don't they? It's like, well, okay. But so I think that's where the variation come in. But I think when it comes to my son, I gave him his first guitar when he was 4, and he never took lessons. Both my parents were musically gifted, never took, both played everything by ear. I play everything I can get my hands on. I don't read music. Matthew's the same way. He plays everything he can get his hands on. It's one of those things that, again, you're just thrown into it, and he can pick up a guitar and just slay any kind of solo. You can just hand it to him, and he can just go.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, yeah, he makes me look like crap. But anyway,
I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that's not true.
Way better at it than I am.
Oh, that's funny.
Play with it, but I like my keyboard. Everybody likes their own instrument. I'm like, I like my keyboard stuff. He likes his, Fender stuff and what have you. But music is music, and whether we're playing around with it and mixing and that kind of stuff. But when it comes back to helping, that's where my fun is. Even though I'm, I do my real estate stuff and I'm semi-retired. We all say, oh, I'm retired, but now I'm just having fun helping, and that's where my heart is. My heart is helping my other friends who are somewhere in that journey, because I was there too when I started to really ramp up my songwriting. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff in my brain that my friends don't know, and they want to know. They're like, Tammy, how'd you get started, and where do I go first, and what can I do to get my songs out there, and who can I call, and how do I talk to people at radio stations? And
it's almost like it's almost like a Ghostbusters helpline, isn't it? It's like, who should we call? Let's call Tamanie, because she's got the answer, hasn't she?
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, it's the same way here. Yeah, we help the artists as much as we can and give them advice.
Exactly. So that's kind of where it all came, full circle. Was okay. Now that I've kind of been thrown into this, how can I help my friends? And
Tamanie, you've got a wealth of knowledge. You've been writing songs since 2015. You've got 10 albums. You're currently doing 14 albums. Only 14. Okay, just
the 14. one this year, but
I'm still waiting my first. I'll catch up.
Good for you. Good for you. Keep
I
going.
put a cassette out in the 80s.
I know. I need to rewind my life. If there's a time machine, I think I need to catch up with 14. But
There's no hurry. There's
I
no
know.
hurry.
Never know hurry. But
Take your time.
You got 14 great albums, and you've got one coming up, and you're writing in the process of writing one. So what's coming up at the moment? What are we writing, and what type of music's coming out for everyone to listen?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have an advantage though. I have, my son has, access to a multi-million-dollar sound studio in Nashville. So when I write stuff, I can just send it to him and go, okay, can you mix this and master this? Oh, and can you throw a solo in here for me for a slide? I have a little bit of advantage. Yeah, but I sometimes will get up in the morning and write a song and be done like that afternoon. It's weird. It's just really, really weird. And then I'll go for a month or so and nothing. It just won't be there. And I won't force it. If it's not there, it's not there. I'm not gonna make myself write a song. I'll go, paint the bathroom or something.
You just paint the bathroom and think, actually, yep, that's a song. I'm gonna get that straight away.
Like the other day, I was there's this I know this is a little too personal, but there's like this muddy area in my front yard that it's just when it rains, it's just muddy, and I got tired of just looking at this muddy area, and I'm like, honey, I'm just sick of looking at this muddy area when it rains. So I went to our Home Depot, our little Home Depot out here, and I got a bunch of these pebbles. And I just started throwing out these pebbles and stuff. And I'm making it's turned into this project now, like this rock garden. And so, it started out as a little, you should see it now. I'll send you a picture later. But now I'm making this little rock garden with little stepping stones. And it's all looking Japanesey and stuff now, but it's not mud. It's not mud anymore. And I got little stepping stones. And then when I'm out there doing this, these things where you don't really have to think a lot, all of a sudden you're writing a song in your head. Here it comes.
It's run to the piece of paper very quickly, get it all written down and get it onto a track straight away, yeah?
Always. Handy phone. There you go. It's a good device for that.
It is. I'll tell you what, any songwriter out there, have it with you. I've got my notes.
You got my notes.
I have. My phone does it all the time.
They say that the best songs are written in 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Where's the weirdest place you've? I think my weirdest place writing a song, I think I wrote it in the bath. I just had this idea that I needed to get down on paper, and I was thinking, do you know what? This is a really good idea for a song. I'm having a bath, and I'm thinking, where's my phone? I need to write it, and I wrote it there and then in the bath. It was just.
I love how he said in the bath.
In the bath.
Mental image.
No mental image now. Okay, get the mental image out. I'm just explaining where the weirdest.
I love how Adrian says in the bath.
In the bath.
I'm in the bath.
In the UK, and you're posh.
In the bathroom.
Oh, proper. Yeah. Was it a bubble bath?
It was just a cute. No, right. Al, stop it. Seriously.
You had your ducky too?
I had my mother. Look, can we get off my bath situation? I was just saying.
I didn't open the book. You did.
In the loo.
Right.
Tamanie, where's the weirdest place that you've ever written a song?
I don't think I've ever written a place in a weird place. Most of mine are just when I'm doing nothing, like doing the dishes, I'll come up with a weird song, or I'll dream it. I've dreamt a song before from start to finish. I'll wake up and the song's already written. I've dreamt it, and I have to sing it in my phone, and I dreamt an entire song. It's weird.
Wow.
It works that way. Yeah,
it does.
No, definitely.
Don't ask me, but yeah, when it comes to music, and everybody does it differently. Some people will. Like my son will, he's like, Mom, I hate writing lyrics. He just doesn't like the lyrics part. He will start with a drum beat and then add guitar beat and then add layers and layers of this and this. He loves to compose the music, and then he will eventually throw in some lyrics at some point. I do it just the opposite. I've got, a whole song lyric thing going, and then the music comes. It's weird. Everybody has their own way of composing and doing things. But
definitely.
It's just like, gardening. Everybody's got their own way to garden or paint or whatever.
Right, mow or.
But I always encourage people, especially you two, because I know that both of you are creative people.
Okay.
You're both creative. I always encourage people that are creative to explore other creative things to do, not just writing music, writing songs, paint, do a rock garden, go put something together, build something. Especially for the guys, I'm like, go build in your backyard, or it could be an engineering project, or because if you're creative, you need to use that.
I see what's going on here. Tamanie's come on for all the female artists on the show. Get all the men to do their jobs around the house. Okay, I get what's going on here. It's one of those things that the female artists do. I've already got it going on, so we're using this terminology, and it's basically
it's her show.
Stop playing the music now and get on with your jobs around the house, okay?
It's what we call the honey-do list, right?
The honey-do list. I got my own.
See?
Oh, yeah.
He's got his honey-do list.
I know who the boss is.
Honey-do list. I'm talking about the, honey, this is what I want to do. How about that?
Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble.
It's got me in trouble because my partner listening to this I've got my honeydew list ready for you when I get home. She's away at the moment, but when she gets home, she'll be like, I've got my honeydew list ready for you to do.
That's right.
I heard Al stays in trouble anyway, so there's that.
Always.
Hey, Al, I told you we was going to be in big trouble doing this interview tonight with the big boss, so I knew that we were going to be in big trouble tonight.
I think we are.
Hey, listen, Tamanie, let's get serious, okay? In terms of your albums, I've been listening to Reflections, great album. I'm gone through all of your albums today, just having a bit of a listen to everything, really. Been really surprised, really loved it. One of my favorite songs today I've been listening to is Best Day Ever. It's just really catchy. There's just something about it which I really enjoyed, and that was one of them. I kept going back to it because to me, it is celebrating, thinking about my best days, thinking about, the positive days that, that I've had in my music industry, meeting out, meeting people in International Singer-Songwriters Association, people have been really behind me in my career. So for you, Tamanie, what has been your best day ever as a musician? Forget about ISSA for now. Forget about helping others. What's your best highlight of your career?
My best highlight was my mom telling me how proud she was that I did this.
That's awesome.
That I created it.
That's amazing.
That means a lot. It means a lot.
That's amazing. I love that answer. Me and Al were talking with other artists, in terms of family being there. It's hard to be there for your family members when they're so busy all the time, but they're always there. My mum's always there for me. She's always, on my podcast as well as on my radio shows. She's always there when I put out a single. She comments every day. She will get a hold of Al and sort of introduce herself as Al's new best friend. She just, family members are amazing, and they're always there. My partner's always there for me. I've written a single for her. Family are the number one thing to make sure that they always are around, and that's my proudest moment, is knowing that whatever I bring out, my family are going to enjoy, my friends are going to enjoy. So thank you so much for saying that. I do appreciate it.
Have you heard Get To It?
Get To It. I think I did. I went go through a little bit about that one because I went through so many today. I was just on the go.
You know you can do it.
You want me to get the guitar now?
It's an earworm.
No, Al, that's the Get To It. You need to change the light bulb in the bathroom later. Okay.
Thanks for reminding me.
There's an innuendo in all of this evening, I tell you. I like the little key messages. I think all of our partners have been on the phone to Tamanie going, when you speak to them too late, you make sure that you mention this because we need it doing.
My kids always say, Mom, do you always have these little pep rallies going on in your head all the time? I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I teased you right at the beginning, about the ISSA awards, and I teased you a little bit about, people who are coming up for the awards, getting their awards. It's massive. It is coming live in August, and you are going to be so busy. So
Mine.
Ah! give me the day. Tammy, give me a day in the life. Ow, just stop it. Stop it. Get down.
I'm going to cry. That's great.
Give me a day in the life of you and your judges. What's it like to organise such
I'm not a judge.
award show? Well, you and the judges. Okay, I know you're the boss. I'm just saying, give me a day in the life of you, arranging such a massive award show in Atlanta. How do we, plan something like that? What's it been like?
It takes a whole year. I have a production team of 28 people that help me. I can not take all the credit for this. Amy Harris is our production team coordinator. David Holmes, who's the keyboard player in our band for corporate therapy, is our stage manager, our MC. He's the brains behind our run of show for the actual show. We have Caleb Andrew Wilson, who's our sound engineer. We have actually three sound engineers. We have, like I said, 28 people, lighting, sound. This is where the BMI awards are held. You know what BMI is? They're the professional rights organization for a lot of, it's where they're held as well. I wanted to have it there because I am also a BMI member, and my mom and the vice president of BMI were besties for many years. And when I said I wanted to host an award show for ISSA, I went to her and she's like, "Why don't you have it where we have ours?"
Oh, wow.
And I went, "Oh, okay." She said, "Well, what we'll do is we'll send our scouts down and check out your winners." I'm like, great. Okay. And they did, and they still do. And they send out they sent actually a few of their A&R reps and some of their lighting and sound people to kind of help us out because it's where they have theirs. And they're like, "Here's what we do." Let's show you what we do. We're in their backyard, so to speak. So they're very helpful when we have it.
And everybody's so excited. Everybody's getting their tickets ready. You've got sort of pre-acts sort of for the show. Tell everyone a little bit about what's going to happen when they all get to Atlanta.
Well, we have the red carpet event, and we have this. Oh, you know what? Okay. Oh my goodness. I have a surprise that nobody knows about yet.
Come on now. We can get it out. Come on.
I can share it right now, right here.
Yeah, right now. Go for it.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Tell us. Don't keep us on us
right now.
Yes.
Tell us.
Like nobody knows yet. You'll be
between us.
Hang on. We can't say it's between us. We're live on YouTube.
Yeah, I just found this out today, though. Tom Martinelli, who is our professional photographer, who takes photos of everybody on the red carpet as they come through. We have 4 red carpet sections, like with our big banners and stuff that we have every year. Tom Martinelli, and then Sonny and Frank from LKM Productions will be there doing interviews. Amy Gabaldi from Music Media Television will be there doing interviews. I forget who. Anyway, anyway, make a long story short, we have a new banner this year for the ISSA radio, right? Because we have a new radio, we have a new channel, we have a radio station now, right?
I've heard. It's amazing. All the artists
we have a new radio station. So what we've decided to do is instead of 4, this year we're going to have 5 instead of 4 red carpet sections, and the 5th one will be and it's going to have like balloons, and it'll be like a separate little area where you can go and take your own DIY cell phone videos of whatever you want to do, like a photo booth.
I love that.
Yeah,
nice.
Your own little photo booth right over here where you can just be silly and do what you want. And
that's cool. You heard it right here on No Cover TV.
First. You heard it right here on No Cover TV.
Right here, man.
Yeah. So because last year we had tons of people, and it was it wasn't super congested, but there was a lot of people that just kind of trying to get into every place they could. And so I thought this would kind of open it up to, oh, there's another spot we can go to, and we can take our own photos with our own cell phones. And it's got the ISSA radio logo in the back of this banner. So it would kind of, instead of having the red carpet thing, we're just kind of break everything up so that people can just kind of go where they want. And so instead of 4 red carpet sections, we'll have 5. And so the other one, they just let me know today, the 5th banner was actually shipped and was delivered today. They just got it in today. So they're setting it up and making sure everything is all whatever as we speak. And we have a production meeting, I think, next week to go over all the projection stuff, because the projection screen is like
huge.
Feet. Yeah, it's the huge the place is quite big. So basically when you come to the show, there's a huge entryway with a grand hall where everybody gets their, interviews in, red carpet time. And then when the show starts, we run through. That's why we're like, okay, everybody get up there, get your award and say your little quick speech. Because if you ramble on, we're all going to go.
It's going to be
amazing. Party! Shut up! We're going to the party.
We're going to the party. That's what I mean. They're all there for party. We're talking about
party.
Go for party. Al, Al, obviously you are up for an award. For yourself, I want to ask you a question in front of Tamanie. What's it really feel like knowing that someone's contacted you with so many amazing contacts and so many amazing singers, songwriters, producers, radio hosts? What's it like when you get that letter through the post where they say you've been nominated for award? What does it feel like? And that's a question for Big Al.
Well, of course,
I'd like to know, Al. You got your letter through the post or through an email. What did it feel like?
I was shocked. It hits the heart. It definitely hits the heart. It makes me feel great that I was nominated in 3 categories: promoter, podcast, and sound engineer, which is beautiful. I love it. And I wish all the finalists out there, they win an award. I hope so. There's a lot of great people with the ISSA and musicians and everybody, including you, Tammy. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do, and we all do, to get these artists' music out there and appreciate it. Most definitely. Now, I wanted to ask, when you do the show, you're on Roku. Will people be able to watch that live, or is that recorded?
They won't watch it live. We actually have a team of people there that are filming it for Roku. And then they edit everything to kind of shorten the lag time in between people walking and coming and get it edited, so they make it shorter. But they will upload it probably about a month or so after the show, so they can watch it on ISSA TV on Roku, on our ISSA TV channel. So what happens is, like the last 2 years gold winners who cannot win again, that opens it up for somebody else to take their spot, right?
Oh, yeah.
The same people. I love to be able to do this because I've been to so many award shows where the same people win every single year, and you're like, same people win year in, year out. You're like, well, no, the same people can't win every year. They gotta wait 2 years. They gotta
wait. I like it.
I like that. I like that.
To let other people, gold, silver, bronze, like the Olympics.
You've had your award now. Move along. There's someone else coming through.
Like the Olympics, gold, silver, bronze. You got to back out for a couple years.
There you go. I like that.
Just take a high, whatever. But that opens it up for others. And sometimes they do. They take a year or 2 off and go do other things anyway. But it makes it more interesting too.
It does. It's
fair. Those gold winners get perks. They can release on ISSA Records for free a song and keep all their royalties, 100% of them. They get to judge. They become judges. They get into the show for free. They don't have to pay admission at all. And they can perform if they want to. They can present an award if they want to. So there are perks with winning that. But they can't win again. But there are perks that come along with that. But they have all summer to check out your work, to listen to what you've done, to check out, they have until, they have like right when we announced the finalists, they've got until August, I think it's the 10th is the cutoff to fill out their ballots. And then all the ballots go to Amy. Amy tallies everything up, and then she goes to Crown Awards and sends all the orders in. And I don't know until y'all know. And I love that. I'm like, I get to the show and I'm like,
Who's won? I want to know now.
So I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like,
No,
so
this is gonna be
good. And this year they're freaking out. Everybody, because they've got their own Facebook group, right? So they're, and I have access to the Facebook group. So I'm just kind of watching some of their comments, and they're all like going, "Holy crap. I am having the hardest time with my ballot this year because there's so much great talent. I can't decide."
Do you know what, Al? I was just about to say that, I would not like to be in any of the judges' shoes this year. They are some amazing artists. Tamanie, can you tell us live on No Cover TV, has there been sort of some standout highlight bands and singers, who's really caught your eye this year?
You know what? There are some new ones. There are new ones this year that they're just out of the blue. Just I've never even heard of. Like that are new nominees popping in there. I'm like, I have no idea. I haven't even heard any of their music, and they're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, I have no idea.
So someone who's not coming to your awards party, we've got to wait a month for this to be released. What are we gonna be listening to? What are we expecting from these artists? What type of artists are going to be at the party? What type of artists are up for the awards? Who are the ones that's a really exciting emotion? You can't wait to get on that stage on the pre-party, but also to go get the awards. Is there anyone who's really stood out?
The pre-party are all gold winners.
Okay.
Pretty much. They get to perform, so they're going to come and show off. I'm really excited to see Tim Steinreich come back. He won 3. He's our first 3-time winner ever.
Wow. He's coming on the show.
He's gonna headline this year, the show. He's gonna sing 2 songs at the end, and he's our first 3-time winner. I'm like, Tim used to be with a pretty big band, like a big hair band back in the day and then he retired for a while, and then he's went solo, and he's getting back into it. But his band is
they're great.
So who else is playing? Who else is going to the awards?
There's a surprise.
Ooh. Do we get Al? Let's get it out, man. Let's get it out, Al. Come on.
No. I can't tell you that one. It's on the program. We have programs, which is another thing I love about our show that nobody else does. We have our own program, so you can actually walk in, get a program, and actually know what the heck is going on at all times. Here's what's happening next. Here's the next announcement. Here's the next performance. And a lot of shows you go to, you sit there and you wonder what's going on. I've been to tons. The Grammys, they don't have a program. You just sit there and you wait.
You sit there for hours.
Days. It goes on for a whole week.
Days, right.
For a whole week. Oh yeah, and your butt gets tired, and then you go eat, and it's like, oh my god.
Do you know what?
Nap time.
Al, I think it's going to be easier interviewing Simon. I think it's going to be easier interviewing Simon Cowell, because at least Simon Cowell at the end of Britain's Got Talent actually tells you the artist and that he's actually really looking forward to seeing in the final and the ones he thinks going to win. Do you know what? Tamanie's not giving anything away.
I don't know them. I have no idea.
But Tamanie's nice about it, where Simon's going to kick our ass.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I can't even think off the top of my head who they've been, leaning towards or talking about or anything, because I don't even know. If they're new, I know that they're newbies this year. They're like new because they chat, amongst them. Check out this new nominee this year, this new finalist. I'm like, okay, okay.
That's awesome.
And you said it's not, if you're talking about sort of like award shows and things like that, at the end of the day, it's not just about getting that award. By the sounds of it, you're going to give artists a fantastic opportunity after the awards have taken part, which you've mentioned.
What's cool is they come back. Yeah, they come back. They're like, they have so much fun. They get in free next year, and they're like, well, that's cool, but and then they come back. And they're like, my friends are there. They make long-lasting friendships. They collaborate with each other. Yeah. They keep in touch with each other. They make, these are friends. They
and Tamanie, I really don't think as everything that goes on in terms of ISSA. You've got 17,000 members. It must be impossible to track everybody. But as somebody who's been part of it for the past 4 or 5 years, I've contacted other artists. We're writing together. We're singing together. We are talking together, and you have created not a community, you've created a family. And I think that's the way that everybody sees ISSA. We're a big family. We're a big one family, and we try every day to, get people to join this family of ours, because at the end of the day, if you want to grow your community, that's where you need to be.
It's great.
It really is true. So good luck with the award show. I don't know whether you've got any more questions that you want to ask tonight, but I think I've exhausted all my questions, because at the end of the day, I could go on for hours. I did. I'm sorry, Al.
Well,
I just say that you would have a little bit of time yourself, but I've just been so excited. So I'm going to be quiet for 5 minutes and be the grasshopper that I should be and go back under the table. So Al, it's over to you. Any other final questions, buddy?
I have a couple of questions. Okay. It doesn't pertain to ISSA. It pertains to you and your music career.
Okay. All right?
You've been playing since child on up.
Yeah.
And which question do I want to go to? Oh boy. Well, this usually happens to my rock band and my heavy metal bands, but I'm going to ask you this. Okay. Any embarrassing moments on stage?
Always.
Can you mention one or two?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Okay, so I sing with a rock band, right?
Right.
I never have any problems when I'm singing a Stevie Nicks song or a cover song or whatever, right? No problems. I've been singing Stevie Nicks stuff since, since I had the 8-track tape, if that says anything.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So I get up there and I'm in front of 300-400 people, and they're like, let's do one of your originals. I forget my own lyrics.
Oops. Well,
the ones I wrote. Yeah. The ones I wrote.
The ones you wrote, you don't remember.
Right.
Okay. Now, all right. Next embarrassing moment. One more.
No, that's happened more than once.
Okay, we'll leave it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next question.
You're not. I'm looking at my tablet. I have an iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
With my lyrics on it, right in front of me, and I'm
right in front of you.
And these are the ones I wrote.
That's funny. That's great. That's why I don't write songs. I write music. That's
what
wonderful.
What crap is that about? And the guys are looking at me like, Dove, man, you wrote that. Why can't what?
I like that answer. I like that.
It's true. I'm like, are you kidding? I can't.
Oh, that's all right. Another music question. Now, you've been around since you were a child. A lot of famous acts. Yeah. All right. You get to answer this with two answers. Okay. A person that's alive, a person that has passed away. Who do you still want to grace the stage with that you never have? Who would you really want to get on the stage with and perform with?
Oh, a person that's alive and a person that is not.
Mm-hmm.
A person that's alive probably would be Stevie Nicks. That's alive.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
That is dead would probably be Patsy Cline.
Patsy. Oh, yeah, my wife loves Patsy. That's beautiful. I like that. Now, the last question I have does not pertain to music at all. Or
okay. All right.
You and your husband.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, we're going there. We're going there.
Get her back out. Get her back.
Yes, she drinks a lot of it.
Well, what I'm going to bring up is I see you became members of the Hog family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How long?
Since we got married in 2012.
Great. Do you go down to Daytona, the bike week and stuff?
Yeah.
That's great stuff. I've done a lot of emceeing and hosting for a lot of the bikers out there.
Yeah.
I love them. Oh, yes.
I lived in Colorado Springs for a couple of years, and I had a little 883 Hugger. So I was a biker before we were bikers.
My wife won't let me be on a bike ever again.
It's hard in Atlanta because they will run right over you.
They do.
In Colorado, everything's flat and square, and out here it's like they'll just throw crap out the window, and it's really kind of hard. Insurance is higher here, if that explains anything. But yeah,
Tier 2.
it's curvy, and that's really kind of hard. But anyway, you have to be really careful, and driving Atlanta is a nightmare anyway. So
I know.
we do like poker runs, runs and that kind of thing is kind of fun. But
and the charity runs are fun too, and the Christmas.
Yeah.
They're great. So those are my questions. AJ, off to you, brother.
I thought you would have more than 3. I'm disappointed out. We have been working on this all day, young man.
I just went my way, man.
He was. He's been working on this all day. I think. Do you know what it is, Tamanie? I think he's starstruck. I think that's what it is. He's going for his awards. He's a bit. A cat's got his tongue tonight. Normally he's got loads to say. So I think he's starstruck. Do you know what, Tamanie? I am starstruck, and I'm just so appreciative.
Y'all are so funny.
Being on the show tonight. We've had a
great.
What?
I put my undies on one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
I just roll out of bed and do it.
You so do.
Wait. When I wear them, I put them on one leg at a time.
What's great is you don't see what we got.
Just like everybody else. That's what my mom used to say. I would get starstruck when I would go, she let me go backstage one time. She got me free passes or backstage passes when I was like 16 to go see Journey. And I was like, oh my God, Steve Perry. Oh my God. I'm like 17. Yeah. Steve Perry. She's like, you just remember, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. And I'm like, yeah, but it's Steve Perry. She's like, just remember, she's around me like this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but
no,
that used to get excited about. But when I she like what was it, Bill Monroe? Like people in bluegrass. I'm like, whatever. And some of these country music people, like, or whatever. She's like, remember, those people are making sure we have food on our table. Okay, they're paying our paycheck. So whatever.
That's right. And they're real people. They're just people.
Real people. And I think that's one of the things that me and Big Al love. At the end of the day, we were joking around, and I'm joking around. All of our artists are real people. They're normal people. We see them day to day doing their jobs, doing what they love doing. But they are day to day people. You spend so much time on social media, so much time supporting artists, so much time doing some great music, things like that. Do you ever get time to be you and put your feet up? Like, I'm doing the interview tonight, and I'm meant to be watching the England game. That's me. I
go play in the rock garden out there.
You go and play in the rock garden.
I'm gonna walk the dog.
Is there anything else that you do? Have you got any hobbies or anything that anyone doesn't know about? That, do you know what? Actually, this is what I do, and no one knows this. Is anything else? I
cook.
You cook.
I'm actually a cordon bleu chef. I cook.
Oh, well, we're going to Tammy's for dinner.
I actually make my husband. I do make my husband on a regular basis because he has a sweet tooth. I make him homemade fudge at least once a week because he loves homemade fudge. I just made him today, and he'll have like a few pieces of homemade fudge, like
with walnuts in it.
My little pup gets homemade beef jerky.
I want to be the dog.
Dehydrator? Yeah, I know. The lady at the pet store. Your dog gets homemade beef jerky? I'm like, yeah, he's a little spoiled. I love to cook, so that's another little hobby. Fantastic. That I have. So yeah.
So Tamanie, if I leave my address at the end of the show, can you get some over to the UK for me?
I'll throw that over.
DoorDash.
I'm throwing that over too. I'll just send it on its way. There you go.
Right here.
Do you know what? We've had some live exclusives on No Cover TV. You have learned so much, and we've learned so much
There's
tonight.
There's going to be a photo booth this year, and you're the
photo booth.
You heard it here first. There's going to be an exclusive photo booth in our area this year.
It's that way. It's that way.
I don't know where I'm at.
I haven't even announced it yet on Facebook yet. Nobody knows yet. I probably won't until tomorrow. I'll let you guys be the exclusive.
They will know because we're gonna spoil the party, Tamanie. We're gonna send this out to everybody tonight, so everybody's gonna know now.
I will let you be the official exclusive surprise. We have a surprise, and we're only going to announce
we
it
will
right
put it
here.
on a we will put it on a massive, great big headline. Please watch the interview because there's some secrets coming out about the award center, and you can only hear on No Cover TV.
I like
I
that.
won't say a word.
Fantastic. Tamanie, can I thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts?
I'll let you guys
Thank you,
handle
Tammy.
that. Okay, I'll let you handle it.
And can I thank
You're awesome.
everybody else who listens to No Cover TV and all the artists who have joined us. You've been absolutely fantastic. You know, we are here for you as a family. We will always be there for you as a family at No Cover TV. And, you know, you've joined us as much as we've joined you. And it's been an absolute fantastic evening with you. And we've really enjoyed your lovely company. And it's been a great time.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to sign up. I'm going to say goodnight. Al, I shall leave you to say goodnight to everybody as well. And Tammy,
Later, David.
See ya.
Take care, everyone. See you later.